I was introduced to Cookie Run when I was ranking ships for Valentine's Day, and I saw this, and I was like, oh, adorable little lesbian cookies. I didn't know Cookie Run had that, so I threw it out there. I said, should I make a full video on Cookie Run?
But I did not know what that would entail.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I just wanted more gay cookies, okay? But now I'm full. I'm stuffed. I am candy crushed.
Your video to the show. I do.
Oh, butt lovers. Right off the bat, I need to explain what this video is and isn't. This is my introduction to the rabbit hole that is the world of Cookie Run. This will not have all the information. I'm just dipping my little toes in. Update my wiki feed score! I'm gonna piss off people right at the start. I'm so ginger brave for this, but at first I was thinking of playing all the games and seeing what I could gather from a full playthrough. Not only is this daunting, because there's so many different games, so many different ways of playing, so much information that'll go right over my head. But also, somehow, this cute little game about cute little cookies is very controversial. So quite frankly, I'll watch the videos, relay the information, look through the wiki, but I'm not actually touching the game. Look at how lightly I'm treading. Ooh, look at how lightly I'm treading. Let's start this video off with the red flags that were so glaring it changed my very research process and made me think, I'm not gonna play the game, I'm good.
Cookie Run stans are not gonna like this.
Athena P is over party, goddamn, and before I even reached 100k subs, that's impressive. I did timestamp and chapter out this video in case this section is too heavy for you. Just a heads up. This infographic explains the latest way the game snuck insensitive racial stereotypes into the most recent update. The thread was thorough and painted a pretty clear picture. The only thing that really confused me is after sharing the thoughts and feelings of those affected, they go on to explain how the boycott will only last a week for them, which...
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that does anything.
People always use the there's no ethical consumption under capitalism argument to wash themselves of all their sins. And while I do think that statement is true, I also know me personally, I actively look for less companies to support. For example, I loved M&M's, but because they, allegedly, I don't want to get sued, use child labor, fuck Mars. The company, not the planet, obviously. I don't eat at Chick-fil-A because they don't like people who are Chick-fil gay. Allegedly. But also allegedly they can eat my ass. On the flip side, I don't judge people who buy from these places. I don't think that makes them a better or worse person. I just feel better knowing I'm giving my money to less evil corporations.
I'm sure I'm accidentally contributing in other ways, but I'm just gonna continue learning.
Back on topic, I'll link the infographic below so you can get all the details. But I just want to go over the timeline because once you hear how long this has been going on for, it actually gets worse somehow. Sands of Yogurka released as a breakout episode in 2019, and from the very beginning, people were pointing out the problematic elements of their portrayal of South Asian, Southeast Asian, and Arabic cultures. Then in 2023, during Ramadan, they did an update where they introduced the Sneaky Snake Clan, imagery of magic lamps, and straight up describing a character as a thief. And if that isn't enough, one of the characters is also a bomber. They dug the grave deeper 4 years later. This is where I can't give the benefit of the doubt that this is unintentional. Even if it was unintentional, like, intention doesn't equal impact anyway. If you hurt somebody, it doesn't matter that you didn't mean to, you still did it. But oftentimes I'll see character designs and things like this and think, oh, maybe they didn't mean to do it on purpose. But what gets me is that this was being criticized back in 2019. So you'd think they'd have the foresight to handle Yogurka with a little bit more care instead of making it worse.
You had 4 years to think about what you've done.
That plus the comics creating a, I don't even know how to say this, a Hitler cookie. Like, what the fuck? I feel like it isn't difficult for a mobile game about cookies to steer away from this subject matter. Now that we've touched on that, let's get into the way too elaborate story. The first Cookie Run game came out in 2009 and was available to play on iOS and Android. It was simply titled Ovenbreak and actually didn't have Cookie Run anywhere in the name yet. It was a very simple running game, which I found out was called a side-scrolling platformer. Oh my god, she's a gamer. The moves are simple enough: jumping, sliding, grabbing onto these vine-looking things. Just a flat, cute Temple Run Subway Surfer guy. I mean, it was 2009. It was either that, Fruit Ninja, Cut the Rope, or that lighter app.
Humble beginnings.
There's 2 characters you can play as. Ginger Brave, who's still the face of the company. This is the dude most people know. And in the prologue, you can play as his brother, Dozer.
I hardly know her.
Now let me tell you something. They did Dozer incredibly dirty. He is tragic. His only appearance is in the prologue of the OG game. Dozer wakes up as the only cookie not eaten on a platter, with half-eaten corpses of cookies surrounding him.
Holy toast! I'm gonna get eaten.
Need to run away.
Good survival instincts, Dozer. He manages to run from the dining room of the witch's house to the kitchen. After discovering a red swirly lollipop, he stares at it, it starts spinning, and he loses consciousness. In the next mode, which is training, Ginger Brave says,
Rest well, brother.
First fatality, and we haven't even started. Glad I didn't find this game back in 2009 because little Athena would have been inconsolable. As simple as the gameplay is and as limited as the characters are, there's still a huge origin drop. This species of sentient cookies was created by witches. Think Hansel and Gretel accept their cookies instead of humans and one of them is dead. Pretty neat, huh? Let's go deeper. Ovenbreak 2 came out in 2012 and had way more characters, each with their own unique ability. Ginger Brave, with the power of being the OG. Wait, is that really it? Okay. Ginger Bright, with the power of being 10 times slower. Wait, what the hell? First girl cookie and her ability is being weaker. So I go on to Ginger Bright's wiki page and her origin story is also a lot. Maybe the witch thought Ginger Brave seemed lonely all by himself, cause she baked Ginger Bright with the leftover dough from making Ginger Brave. Guys, holy shit, are these cookies Adam and Eve? In Adam and Eve, Eve was created from the rib of Adam. And here, Ginger Bright is literally made from Ginger Brave's leftovers. His sloppy seconds. Feminism is dead. Okay, moving on to the next playable characters in Ovenbreak 2. Gingerberry, aka Strawberry Cookie. Ginger Claus, Ginger Boogie, also known as Cloud Cookie. Ginger Bold, also known as Buttercream Choco Cookie. These updated names are making me hungry. And finally, Ninja Bread. If you think that's a lot of characters, the games in total have about 177 or more playable characters. It's time for a Tumblr break. Oven break. No, but seriously, with so many different characters, I need to see how this fandom is. Who are the favorites, you know what I mean? And answer a few questions I think I already know the answers to. Are there shipping wars? Are you a fake fan if you don't play all the games and all the different modes? And this last question I need to preface with, I don't want this to come across as a dig. I like a lot of things that the general public perceives as childish, but how much of the fandom actually consists of adults? Because I don't have that many mobile games on my phone, and all the gamers I know in real life don't do mobile games as well, so where are you? And I'm so sorry. So I'm not shocked that there's great art. I'm just so confused as to how people envision them as humans. Like, don't get me wrong, the cookies themselves in the games are very stylized, but these human designs are so good. That takes such a level of creativity. I'm just genuinely admiring it. Things that canonically exist within the Cookie Run Kingdom universe. Catholic nuns, the Fifth Amendment, and BTS. Okay. Fan art I drew of Ginger Brave dying in a glue trap. How is that even sadder than the one I drew? Also, what I love about this is I don't really have the context. Like, is this about the problematic updates? Or is Ginger Brave just a hated character? Let me look through the notes. Oh, I think it is about the controversy. Okay. Zaddy Caviar.
A what?
They're thirsting after the cookies. No! This isn't even a humanized version. He's just shirtless and has tats. Speaking of which, Almond Cookie? This is absurd. Why'd they have to give him that distinguished Doctor Strange hot look? No, I didn't say hot. No, I did not say. Stop it. Let's go through the eye dilemma. Apparently we have normal eyes, generally considered the norm. Then we have dragon eyes, because they're literally legendary dragons. Explainable eyes, cookie eyes that have their own reasons for being how they are. Being a robot, being literal gods, being a ghost, etc. And then we have the unexplainable eyes, which are so stylized, the original poster is wondering why they look the way they look. There is a reason to everything in the Cookie Run universe. Somebody in the note says, I mean, they're living cookies, magic, that's the explanation. In the art book, okay, there's an art book, already new information, it said that cookies with high amounts of caffeine in their dough, such as espresso, wow, I am uncultured. They have dilated eyes based on how caffeinated they are. Look at my eyes.
I don't know, I just thought that was really cool.
Like, there's not even just lore in the dialogue, it's also in the designs of these characters. Click here to kick this bastard down the stairs and get this boy therapy. Oh, we have abusive family trauma? We have an abusive dad? Wait, the cookies can breed? They can ginger breed?
This is a lot of information.
Also, no shock here, but there are indeed shipping wars. I just hope the Sonic and G-Men cookies end up together. And no, these aren't fan-made. These are literally literal cookies in the universe. They've had some interesting crossovers. If you think about it, Dark Cacao would probably mutilate the fuck out of Pomegranate after he discovered what shit she have done to Dark Choco.
Imagine finding out that your son has been psychologically abused and tortured for many years and you didn't do anything about it.
Bro, I don't think Dark Cacao would have recovered. His guilt and regret would stack up. He literally tried to kill fucking Clotted Cream for talking shit about White Lily. Now imagine Pomegranate.
What the fuck is going on?
Before discussing more of the beyond messed up things that have happened to these cookies, let's discuss Ovenbreak versus Kingdom. Cause yes, there is a difference. Keep up. The current Cookie Run Ovenbreak came out in 2016, and true to its origin, is a side-scrolling platformer. There are many different game modes. Trophy Race, Breakout Mode, Cookie Trials, Island of Memories, Guild, and Guild Runs, which allows you to work together with other players, and there's also some event game modes. There's always new ways to play with your friends, strangers, or alone. Sorry, not alone. With your pets. Cookies can have pets. Now, Cookie Run Kingdom, on the other hand, is an RPG and city builder game that came out in 2021. Story mode is, reading from the wiki for this one, the standard mode in which the player follows the group of Ginger Brave, Strawberry Cookie, Wizard Cookie, Custard Cookie the Third, and Chili Pepper Cookie. Cookie Run Kingdom is the first Cookie Run game to have voice actors, which makes a lot more sense than what I was picturing, because I was picturing it with Ovenbreak, which would look like,
Woohoo! Yahoo! Oh no, what am I gonna do? I'm dead!
But for the roleplay game, I get it. Now, which of the main games is better? According to their Reddit, even though this is from a year ago, it is right down the middle. And ignore that third option, we're getting to it. Oh my god. But from reading the comments, it seems like Ovenbreak gets updated way more, which is part of the appeal for some and overwhelming for others. I've also heard through this thread that Kingdom is too grindy, which is apparently a complaint that a lot of RPGs get. And I thought, cool. What the hell are you talking about? Gamers are going to find this painful, so cover your ears. Grindy means you have to repeatedly do an activity or action to achieve something. Now, as someone that after doing all this research still doesn't know shit apparently, how can a roleplay game get more repetitive than jump, run, slide, jump? Also, the next question that's up in the air, does Kingdom and Ovenbreak have the same lore? Does it take place in the same universe? Let's read through some of the comments. Probably not, because the main history of both games is completely different. Probably they have similarities because they're both from the same saga, Cookie Run, but not the same universe or timeline. In my opinion, yes. More accurately, they're both timeline related. Cookie Run Ovenbreak is now, Cookie Run Kingdom is its past, and actually there's a deleted game called CookieWars and it's Ovenbreak Future. This is not a Marge Mansion silly ads kind of lore. This game has a story, and there is a lot of it. So much so, this is covered on the website TV Tropes. I didn't even realize they had video games on here.
I'm learning so much useless information. It's so exciting.
Let's read through some of the Tearjerkers and Nightmare Fuel in Cookie Run Kingdom. Listen to how quirkily this starts. Who said a lighthearted gotcha game about sentient cookies running for the hills can't make you cry? With its surprising amount of new focus on post-war recovery, conflict of morality, and the like, Cookie Run Kingdom would beg to differ. I don't think I'm ready. Pure Vanilla Cookie's decision to sacrifice himself caught other members of the Five off guard, but they could do nothing but watch him slowly crumble before their very eyes. Hollyberry actually cried in helplessness, and even when someone like Dark Cacao was visibly saddened, but had to quickly toughen himself up for the world's sake.
War is hell, even for cookies.
That's pretty deep. I'm gonna watch one of the cookies die. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? He put him in a force field and he's zapping. Do you see those tears? It's about pride, it's about power, we stay hungry. Those who came out from the Dark Flower War carry visible mental and emotional burdens on their shoulders, showing that PTSD is no joke. Dark Choco Cookie's absolutely wretched situation is one thing, but not even the saintly Pure Vanilla Cookie and Jolly Hollyberry Cookie, two of the ancient heroes and great monarchs, are immune from feeling the guilt and being a failure. It got so bad that Pure Vanilla had a mental breakdown while trying to face his past, and Hollyberry left everything behind to go into hiding. She didn't deserve either the throne or the sacred shield anymore. Game of Thrones, more like Game of Scones. You can be sad or mad at that all you want, but that was fucking brilliant. Has anybody made that joke yet? Seeing how Pastry Cookie coldly points her arrow at the cake hound that just makes cute squishy noises can actually pull at the strings of an animal lover's heart. What do the cake hounds look like? Oh. Shut the fuck up. I could never play this game. I could never hack it.
You have to, no! You have to kill them? What?
Let's read through just like 1 or 2 bullet points of Nightmare Fuel. Ginger Brave's band encounters 2 Vanilla Kingdom soldiers. One of them was screaming in pain because of their non-stop crumbling legs. When the battle is over, it's revealed that you can't help them since this is just a lingering recreation of the events in the castle during the Dark Flower War. Oh, so they're essentially seeing, like, the past. You just see what is likely the last moments of these loyal soldiers repeated over and over again. Yeesh. Black Pearl Cookie, introduced in the Legend of the Dusk Gloom Sea update, is a truly fearsome beast. She's absolutely massive. Hey now. Towering over just about every other creature ever featured in the series.
Tall girl, if you will.
She actively hunts down ships to wreck them. And unlike the series' traditional monsters, she's explicitly shown as being sentient, indicating she does this for fun. You just hate to see a human-sized cookie winning. I'm surprised there isn't a book series about the lore of this game, other than those cursed comics. I read a real emo book about Among Us on this channel, and I would not be opposed to reading a Cookie Run book. So someone get on that. Oh my god. I'm gonna put a question out there that I'm going to regret, but should I read through Cookie Run fanfiction as a part 2?
Do I dare?
2 spin-off games I want to talk about briefly are CookieWars and Cookie Run Puzzle World. So first, CookieWars came out in 2018 and was a tower defense game, but it was shut down in 2020, and I'm so surprised this game didn't do well. I feel like this would have been a great format to reveal more of the world, the history. It's a war for crying out loud. But somehow a Cookie Run Candy Crush knockoff puzzle game is still up? Come on now. Cookie Run Puzzle World was introduced in 2020, and like I said, this is the gameplay. Very original and exciting and never before seen. Before we talk about the future games, let's talk about the April Fool's limited time dating simulator? What? Romance Kingdom Sugar Sweet Destiny is an event that will last until April 19th, 2023. And honestly, talk about knowing your audience. You can't possibly like a creeper who lurks behind the shadows and has to secretly confess their feelings. You can give them a gift of some cake, some food, some more food, a teddy bear, or an axe. Super epic. This was very important to talk about. There's also 2 new games coming out in the future, and as of recording this, there's no release date yet. So first up, we have Cookie Run Witch's Castle, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's like the Candy Crush one. Instead of switching around the candies or the jellies, you just have to tap them. But obviously, I know most of the appeal is about the story, so since it says Witch's Castle, I guess this is a prologue. Maybe we're gonna get some more information about the witches. But honestly, what looks like it would be my favorite game out of all of them is the up-and-coming Cookie Run OvenSmash. It just looks like Smash Bros to me, and I love to smash. No. It's the first game to be rendered entirely in 3D graphics, and the battle action elements are a great way to show off each of these cookies' unique abilities. I've been dropping opinions that people will hate to hear left and right, but this is the only gameplay that seems fun to me so far. I don't know if this is my underdog complex, but when I found this wiki page for scrapped characters, I felt Rage Shadow Legends. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a sponsor. But anyway, logically, I know there are so many characters that there were bound to be ones that just weren't used. But as I look through these designs, it boggles my brain. Why were these the ones that were rejected? Like, Alien Cookie looks cool as shit, guys. This was apparently the cookie that turned into Space Donut, and everyone loves them. I don't know anything about their personality, but design-wise, I like Alien Cookie. Cereal Cookie, Coconut Cookie. Oh my gosh, that's such a cute idea to have it be the helmet.
I'm so mad.
Coffee Cookie, that's just me. I'm a businesswoman, baby. Durian Cookie, looking like an absolute Pokemon. It's the tiniest little sprite. I can barely see any of it, but what I do see, I like. Before we wrap this up, I want to give credit where credit is due. Not only is there a bunch of great non-binary representation in this game, interesting buildup of relationships and family dynamics, but it's also truly amusing that all of that is hidden in these games. Now, if you're in the fandom, you've probably heard this a bajillion times, but it bears repeating. Many games, like I mentioned Marge Mansion earlier, tend to lore bait, sprinkling in ominous, confusing messaging in their ads to have people download the game, only for them to find none of that. I commend Cookie Run for committing to the story. They understand that the world building is a core aspect of their appeal, and they embraced it. I just hope they can embrace apologizing as well every once in a while. Oh boy. So I know this video was a lot different from what a lot of people were expecting, but I really hope you enjoyed, and there's always room for a part 2. Fan fiction, you sending me your favorite storylines so I can react to them. I want to be 1000% real. I'm a bit nervous to put this one out. I've heard this fandom is a handful. Subscribe if you enjoyed. If you lasted this long, I'm gonna assume you enjoyed, or maybe you're a masochist. I don't know. I don't judge. Just have a good day, butt lovers. Bye!